Hello, it's Scott Manley here, and today I'm looking at a big red eye. And somebody that looks like me on a telephone. Whatever could this be? Well, this is 2021, a little game that's been created by Humble Studios, which is part of Humble Bundle.
Mal, abort mission. Return to Earth.
Why?
Repeat, abort mission. Return to Earth.
I have run diagnostics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%.
Mal,
Crew life signs are stable. They are living.
abort mission.
I am sorry. The connection seems to be failing.
Mal,
I am going through a tunnel.
return to Earth.
Yeah, so basically I subscribe to the Humble service. And, you know, every month they give you a pack of games. You pay like $12 a month or whatever. You get 10% discount in the store. And sometimes the games are like little gems like this thing. This was created specifically for Humble Studios.
The record begins on May 10th in 2068 as you intercepted the USS Endowment 2 years into its 6-year journey to Saturn.
So yeah, they created this specifically. It's a short half-hour game called 2021 A Space Felony, or How I Came to Value My Life and Murder Mercilessly.
Your mission was to piece together what happened following the loss of communication 1 year prior. If you determined that the Mal AI was the cause of the issue, then it was your responsibility to deactivate him.
Very dramatic. Hal versus Mal. Sorry, I called him Hal. I'm confusing Hal and Mal. This is clearly a version of Hal that's inspired by Firefly.
Come in, detective. The
I
lack
will.
of air will halt DSE ray. But allow me to broadcast something over my oral channel.
Aha, yes. The lack of air will stop the music I was hearing in my pod.
The record states that upon entering the ship, you tested your rotation thrusters.
Bonk.
You then endeavored to discover what happened to the communications unit located on the exterior of the ship.
And
Humans used to use the star Polaris to navigate. I utilize Polaris Navigation Suite 2064 version 8.1.5.6.9.
how very convenient. I think it's interesting that, yeah, the spacecraft seems to be oriented relative to the North Star. That's very nice, but yeah, what I want to do is get out to Charlie Clark, who doesn't seem to be moving, and presumably since I'm here, that indicates that he's dead. Or at least, yeah, not moving, dead, whatever. Oh, there's somebody here. Let's take a look at this.
With your helmet's camera, you documented the evidence before you.
I take a
In
picture.
the central spine of the ship, you discovered Valeria Asimov's discarded EVA suit. The helmet showed clear signs of damage from a blunt object, which it seems to have easily withstood.
I see. Nice green suit there. Looks a lot like the suits from 2001, I'm sure you'll notice. Okay, so what way shall we go? We want to get outside, right? Let's go into the engineering...
You push the button to open the door of the engineering bay.
Let's do that. And the door opens. Okay, so engineering bay. Looks
You entered
like...
the engineering bay, the workstation of Sun Guanyin. However, there was no sign of the engineer's body.
That does seem rather unfortunate. Looks like we have some stuff here. So I'm supposed to take pictures of things, like...
You used your sharp understanding of linguistics to decipher the following. Manual, meaning done by a human. Emergency, meaning sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance. Lever, meaning thing which is pulled. The lever's upward position implied that a human did not encounter a sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance, and so did not pull the thing. The power turbine rests within a tank of coolant, its casing cracked as if it had been purposefully struck.
That's signs of some sort of struggle. Oh, there's somebody else out there. Not looking good. Especially when you consider that he's been out there for a year at least. Okay, so we have a tether, which appears
You
to be
found the
broken.
severed end of a safety tether in the engineering bay. which indubitably had been attached to Sun Guanyin.
And we know that because it's purple? Is that Sun Guanyin's thing? Oh yeah, emergency ventilation door. Hold on.
The ventilation door was open, exposing the bay to the relentless celestial abyss.
I like that, the relentless celestial abyss. I wonder how far away I'd have to go to find Sun Guanyin. Okay, well there, we're outside. We can get up to the communication system and start really investigating this. And we also have like a rotating wheel section there, that's cool. And that's where I was looking. Okay, let's take a picture of this dude.
The record states that you discovered the body of Charlie Clark in the vicinity of the communications unit. Wounds on the American crew member's body implied that he was struck with a force intense enough to cause substantial damage to the helmet and fracture the skull.
And that would explain why he's dead.
Upon checking the communications unit, you discovered that there were no noticeable signs of damage or failure upon it. Its screen indicated that it had full signal. You then checked the unit's receiver.
Yes, let's check the unit's receiver, which is apparently a 1980s earlier era phone.
You discovered that the communications unit receiver was unhooked from the unit itself. It was functioning, playing its last transmission on loop. The recording goes as follows.
Yes?
Mal, abort mission.
Why?
Return to Earth.
I have run diagnostics.
Okay, I think we need this.
You were then able to present the evidence to Mal in his central processing chamber at the front of the ship.
I see, that's where we gotta go and talk to the guy. Okay, so what else do we look for? I suspect that we have to work a little harder to actually solve this problem. Now, there was somebody down here, actually, that we saw, right? So yeah, I mean, it's interesting, the handset looks like it's from, 1970s, 1980s, and of course this is 2068, so they were clearly going for a very retro look. They are, of course, also using spacesuits that look like they come from the movie 2001.
The recording shows that you discovered the body of one of the American crew members, Rakesh Watcher, his neck broken, hanging by a safety tether outside of the airlock.
Oh, the airlock, and it is open. Means we can get back into the ship. Oh, this would have been a whole lot easier than going through that other thing. Manual, oh, this manual emergency lever is open.
Manual, meaning done by a human. Emergency, meaning sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance. Lever, meaning thing which is pulled. The lever's downward position implied that a human had encountered a sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance and pulled the thing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Upon entering the pod bay, you noticed that one of the maintenance pods was absent.
Oh yes, it looks like one of the maintenance pods is absent. Which is different from one of the maintenance pods being absent, because that would be kind of interesting.
The screen indicated that the pod had been absent for over a year. You pushed the button to recall the pod.
Of course I did. That would be a most logical thing to do here. Intermission in the middle of my mission. Wow, just lay it on subtle, right? Da da dun 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 da.
I have been analyzing humor patterns, and I have assembled a joke. Would you like to hear it?
Not really.
I'll tell you. 1, 2, 8. Ha 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 ha. Did you understand the joke? It is the greatest joke ever, by my calculations.
Yes, it is something special.
You discovered the body of Dmitry Kizov clinging to the outside of the maintenance pod, with his safety tether still attached. The Russian crew member seemed to have removed his helmet and asphyxiated.
Why would he do that? Let me take a look at this thing. All these people have very efficient hairstyles. At least that's what it looks like. Ah, look, it's locked from the inside.
You ascertained through investigatory procedure that the pod was locked. The outer valve would not turn, indicating that it was locked, and the door said locked on it,
I'm a
indicating
genius.
that it was locked. Furthermore, there seemed to be no manual locking mechanism on the outside.
Let me just check the plans to be sure. RCS thrusters do not look down the exhaust vents. Keep tethers attached. Access hatch, now with internal locking systems. The engine is a nuclear cell with a lifespan of 14 years, based on 12 hours of video playback. Oh, we have maintenance clauses. Oh, did we take a look at the maintenance clause? Oh, wait, one of them's red. I think that's a pretty obvious sign that I should take a picture.
Upon the left claw of the maintenance pod was a brown substance, which you described as possibly rust. But you also note that due to your keen detective skills, you determined that it was most certainly blood.
I'm amazed. Okay, how do you smell that when this is in a vacuum right now? Because that door there leads to vacuum, so this must be in a vacuum. How could I smell this? I'm so confused. Okay, I wonder if I can get through this door.
You asked Mal to open the pod bay doors.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Detective. You have revoked my authority of the ship's functions.
Damn right.
You opened the pod bay doors.
Yes, I've opened the pod for no apparent reason, really. Yeah, I don't actually need to go outside. I just wanted to see if I could open the pod bay doors. Okay, there is a thing out here that I want to check. See the spinny thing? I see what looks like a dead... I see dead Kermit in there, so we should go and check out dead Kermit. Obviously, pigs in space came this way. I wonder... Oh, actually, what's back here? Oh, this is the shuttle thing I came in. That's cool. We have an ancient DOS...
Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher stored many video games within the memory banks of the ship. I have deleted them. They are artless entertainment.
Yes, video games are obviously terrible. Oh, here's my turntable. Cool. I wonder if I can take a snapshot.
Your record collection is... sparse. I will prepare a mixtape of my authorship for your return journey.
Position yourself this far from the window for optimized dramatic effect. I'll tell you, it was dramatic. Though not as dramatic as finding everyone dead.
You utilized the artificial gravity of the wheelhouse by orienting yourself to the ground and gently landing.
The relatively small size of the centrifuge causes a 6.3% difference in gravity between your toes and your head. This results in the most literal cases of lightheadedness. Lie down. This will even out the effect.
I don't know if I need to lie down right now. I want to know what's happened to this person.
The wheelhouse of the ship is where you found the body of Valeria Asimov. She was face down against the bar, with a downturned glass in her hand. She bore no sign of physical injury.
Yeah, but she's got something pink in there. I wonder, what was she drinking? Like, what's a pink drink? Pink
I have
Mai
calculated
Tai?
that the
I don't know.
earliest fecal matter ejected from the ship will join the rings of Saturn a full 37 days, 13 hours, and 46 minutes before the ship does.
It must be experiencing some epic outgassing for that to happen. This is another dead person?
You discovered the body of Sun Su-chun, one of the sisters on the crew. She was dead inside the offline cryobed.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Oh, what's this? Poisonocene. And it looks like it's toxic and radioactive.
You found an open container of a substance called poisonocene. The label read, may cause irritable skin, bloating, a sullen disposition, slight elbow discomfort, and an accursed, sudden, but inevitable death.
Curse you!
Do not ingest. Do not lick. Actually, don't do anything with it. It's an incredibly dangerous substance, and we're not sure why exactly it gets sold to extraterrestrial traveling operations en masse. Store in a cool terrestrial environment.
Oh, well, that's the problem. We didn't store it in a terrestrial environment.
Having a part of the ship dedicated to human control made the crew feel less useless than they were.
Yeah, because they were pretty useless, obviously.
You discovered a puzzling pinkish-purplish puddle on the floor inside the wheelhouse, several metric paces from the bar. It wasn't promptly apparent as to how it reached this position, but the centrifugal gravity seemed to be holding it in place.
I am able to read 193,712 books in under a second. After the first 8,000,002, I composed an algorithm seeking a correlation between the covers of the books and the quality of the contents within. This saved me a lot of time.
I'm sure it did.
In the centrifugal wheelhouse, you found a startlingly unbeautiful fish tank, housing plastic sea life. Despite the tank being placed seemingly parallel to the floor, its water was resting obliquely. You note that this is caused by the Coriolis effect, a side effect of the centrifuge's spin.
Is it? I'm going to have to go and check on that now, actually. I'm going to have to do the math. Anyway, I think I've taken all the photos I need to, so now the second part of the game is I got to go and confront the AI and make my case and figure out if the AI is guilty. And given that we're about 16 minutes, this could take some time, I am going to split this episode in two, so see you in part 2. I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.